I just discovered something crazy. So, like, this Mewtwo the Best was, like, one of my old Scratch alts, right? And, like, a white 2 creepypasta. Oh boy. Get ready, Pokemon fans. Let's get some classic spooky music. I was playing White 2 when I beat Guestes. I saw that my Boldor was becoming useless and said it. I then heard several Boldor faint sounds, and they seemed a bit scary. I'm gonna turn this down. What? Okay. I checked my party to use Fly, but something was different. My Boldor was gone. Me in the game and real life started to cry. I got bored and went to Celestial to hum to the music for no reason. My Boldor was upside down. I tried to talk to it, then the screen went black. A ghost Boldor appeared and said, "You hate me." I said, "Why are you saying this to me?" Then the screen faded. I checked my party again, and the only Pokemon in it was Samurott. That was my nickname for my Samurott back then, by the way. I called Bianca to check the friendship. She said, "Your Pokemon hates you. What have you done to it?" she said with an angry face. I said, But I thought... Before I could finish, she said, "All these times he hated you, even the whole May." I cried, and my character appeared crying. I finished my sentence with, But I thought Samurai and I were best friends, just like you said before." Then then said, "I was lying." I hung up and called the mom in the game. She was very angry, and my character was even more sad. She said she would call Professor Juniper and my rival. I flew home and Mom was gone. I checked my party and Samurott was gone. I went to a Pokemon to check the PC. There were no Pokemon. Instead, a message was there. It said, "Come, sit, tower." I knew it said, "Come to Celestial Tower," so I did, and it said, "Valere used pathetic attack. All her Pokemon died." I went to the second floor, and another message appeared saying, "Top." I knew what that meant, and I went up again. One last message came and said, "Squirtle used water gun. Charmander died." I don't know why that message appeared, but I knew how Charmander would die if Oshawott used water gun. It is because fire puts out water! I went to the bell, and the rest of my Pokemon were there, and they were upside down. When I saw Samurott next to Nelitwick, I knew what that Charmander message meant. I cries, so a message appeared saying, "What's wrong?" I Relidep saying, "Samurott hates me." The message said, "I am Samurott." I said, "Why do you hate me?" He said, "You called my wife pathetic. You hate us. You expect me to feign by using hydroquinone every time. You never revive me. Only Nurse Bliss does, do you see?" I said, "I do not call you pathetic." He said, "Then why did you call my wife pathetic?" I said, because, wait. He said, "What?" I said, "Boldorella is your wife?" He said, "Yes." Now continue. I said, "I made a mistake. I am sorry. I will buy 1,000,000,000 revival herbs and revive you when you faint. Same for everybody. I now understand you're not just a bunch of pixel and data and sprites. You are all to be treated like what you are. Friends." After I said that, he didn't say anymore, and my Pokemon were disappearing. I called Bianca and Mom, but instead, everyone Neon, the X-Transceiver, and all of my Pokemon said thank you. Then they hung up. After that, I used Fly, and my party was there, but something was different. They were happier. And also, no wild Pokemon appeared when I didn't want them to. The game could read my mind, and Pokemon Trader's Pokemon automatically fainted. Also, I could go to never seen places, and even go to the place that leads to Sinnoh. I forget the name. And I had plenty of fun at Sinnoh, the end. Dude. I've just discovered there is another one. Let's get the music back in. Fuck. I was playing my only Poke game, and I used Fly to Pokestar Studios, but ended up in Himalaya City. The boy and girl running in squares were running normally, but when I spoke to them, the girl said, "Hi, I will beat up your Pokemon." Fuck. I then got into a battle, and it said, "Pokemon breeder Pikachu wants to battle." His first Pokemon was that girl. I obviously sent out Boldorella, which was changed to its past name, Ragi. After she attacked, she turned into Samurati, and I meant she as in Boldorella. Samurati's attacks were my level 2 Sewaddle's attacks, and he was level 3 with 800 HP. My Samurott used String Shot, and the girl's attack, called Undress, made Samurati faint. Although I had 6 Pokemon in my party, the battle was over, and I paid nothing. She then said, "Ha! I killed Patrick!" my pet rat. And she and I warped to the place where Colress was. She then warped away, and I got out of the Team Plasma ship, and I flew to Verbank City. The girl was there, and the boy was too. They both appeared as my Sandslashes, and then Colress as an Audino appeared on top of me, and I freaked out. I accidentally dropped my DS, and a message appeared saying, "You hate me." And my Swoobat appeared with his foot thingy off, and his wings were glitched and mixed up, and his eyes were switched with his ears. I cried, literally, until I beat Gestes, and all of the people in the game appeared. I used an escape rope to get out, and I randomly was at the Entralink. The entry was red. I went to the party screen to use Fly, but Ducko's wings were off. I forget who Ducko was. I selected it, and it did not say Fly. It was my only flying Pokemon, and I wasn't able to move. I reset the game, and ended up in a weird town. My Samurott was a Greninja. I read a sign, and it said, "Keylode City, a kind, sweet, and exquisite city." I searched up Keylode City, and it turns out I was in X instead of white, too. I went in a Pokemon Center, and the game turned off. I turned it back on, and all the Pokemon were in my PC, and a party, and all the Pokemon in my PC and party appeared, and said, "We are mad." I spoke to them, and said, why are you saying this?" And they all said, You never use us." And I said, "What do you mean?" They said, "You leave us in the PC forever to die." Me and my Pokemon warped to Celestial Tower out of X. They were gone when we got in there. I went in and saw some strange graves. It said, "Here lies Valerie's Pokemon." My character started crying again. I went to the top and rung the bell. I checked my party, and my Pokemon were there. When I flew to Aspirita City to see Mom, the Pokemon appeared again and said thank you. I was very puzzled, but my character was happy. After a few days, I realized that when they were gone, my Pokemon were dead of woe, and ringing the bell makes dead Pokemon very happy, and my Pokemon came back in joy. There was one problem: they were all Missignos. I screamed and fainted in real life. Fortunately, Mom noticed and cured me. My game was still on, and all of the Missigno sprites were crying. Then they then turned into Merrills called Peekaboo. After 10 seconds, they became me? Whenever I battled, it said, "Valerie, go!" And the female character sprite appeared. After battling twice, it said, "You beat the game." I was able to cross Skyward Bridge. When I did, I went back to Pokemon X in the same city. I then saved and quitted the game, and after a few hours, I played again, and everything was back to normal. The end. Is there anything in the project itself? No. Okay.